Having a cell phone is pretty much a necessity these days, but major carriers can have some serious high monthly rates. And listen, I tried a lot of budget phone plans over the years, but most of them either cut way many corners or just don't deliver on what they promise. But Tello Mobile kept popping up everywhere. TikTok reviews, Reddit threads, random tech forums, and people were actually happy with what they were getting, especially for the price. So I figured, okay, let's see what the hype is all about. Before I get into the details, there's a little backstory. When I moved abroad, everything in my life flipped overnight. I had to stay connected with my family back home, like reliably connected, while also trying to get a brand new business off the ground in a whole different country. I didn't have the luxury of a pricey phone plan eating half of my budget, but I also couldn't deal with something unreliable. I needed something affordable, flexible, that actually worked wherever I went. And that's basically what pushed me into testing Tello Mobile. I've been using it in different places and situations the past few months. And today I'm sharing exactly how it went. We're gonna break down how Tello works, their pricing, their features, coverage, performance, all of it. And at the end, I'll compare with some other popular mobile services so you can really see how it stacks up. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's get into my full experience with Tello Mobile. Alright, so if you haven't heard of Tello Mobile, it's a prepaid T-Mobile MVNO, which basically means it runs on major 4G, LTE, and 5G networks. It's not one of the big carriers, so you don't need a contract. You're not locked into anything, and it's all super flexible. And that's what first caught my attention, is how affordable and customizable it seems compared to most other carriers I've used. But there were a few other key factors that really made me want to give it a try. First was full eSIM support because I love the idea of being able to instantly use my network without having to deal with physical SIM cards or waiting for something to ship. And then there's the free international calling to over 60 countries, which honestly sounded too good to be true for a plan this cheap and was the main reason I actually chose it. Plus, they even let you build your own plan, like literally piece together exactly how much data, talk, and text you want, without piling on extra fees. And let's be real, that kind of freedom and flexibility isn't something you see too often with your phone plans. Now, getting started with Tello was pretty straightforward. You sign up online, it literally takes just a few minutes. Then you can either go to the eSIM route, which is what I did for instant activation, or you can pop into a physical SIM if you prefer. Plus, I also really like that there's no credit check, no deposit, no long-term commitment, which makes it accessible to a lot more people. You just pick the amount of talk, text, and data you want, or choose from one of their pricey plans, check out, and you're ready to go. And I was actually really surprised to see how easy it is to customize everything. You can build your own plan to fit exactly what you need. So maybe, unlike me, you don't like to talk on the phone too much, but needed a decent amount of data. You can just lower the minutes, boost the data, you're set. And if you need change, no problem. You can update, downgrade, or cancel your plan and whenever you want with no extra fees. The only thing to keep in mind is that if you want the changes to take effect on your next billing cycle, you need to make them at least 24 hours before the renewal date. Not a huge issue, but I do wish there was a way to do the changes in advance. It just makes the managing things a little easier. But I also appreciate Tello's reliable custom service. They got a 24/7 live chat that is very responsive, and if you need to talk to someone, you're also available by phone. Plus, there's a Tello app, which isn't just for checking your usage, but also supports Wi-Fi calling, which is great if you're in a spot with weak cell signal, but still have access to Wi-Fi. Overall, the whole setup feels refreshingly simple. No hoops to jump through, no sneaky fees, and you stay in control of your plan. So I'm pretty satisfied with what I've seen so far. Alright, so I mentioned a couple of times that Tello's mobile plans are very affordable. But how much? Well, let's talk through some of their pricing. They've got a few popular presets plans you can choose from, or you can just go ahead and create your own plan. For the presets, there are 4 options. To start, the economy plan will give you 2 gigabytes of data along with unlimited talk and text around $10 a month, which is perfect if you're mostly on Wi-Fi and just need a bit of mobile data now and again. And there's a value plan with 5 gigabytes a month and the smart plan which provides 10 gigabytes for $19, both of which include an unlimited talk and text, so the essentials are covered. But if you need more data, then Tello's data plan costs around $25 a month and give you 50 gigabytes at full speed, plus 10 gigabytes of hotspot data. Now, once you hit the cap, speed drops a little, but the data is still unlimited, so you can use as much as you want. And considering most other unlimited plans there cost a lot more and come with more restriction, this one feels like a pretty fair deal. Though, like I mentioned, what really sets Tello apart is the build your own plan option. You can start as low as $5 a month with 100 minutes of talk, limited text, and no data, or build up however you like. So for example, if you use your phone to make calls all the time and make your Latino parents happy like me, super easy to customize a plan that actually fits your habits without wasting money on extras that you don't really need. I personally had fun playing around with the options and dialing it until it matched how I use my phone day to day. And based on my time with them so far, I found that Tello's one of the few budget carriers that actually gives you control without feeling restricted. The prices are fair, the features are solid, and the flexibility makes it easy to switch things after if you need to change. Now, if you're interested in getting better rates and features that actually fit your lifestyle, check out Tello Mobile using the link in the description below. For most products we talk about, we have special deals you wouldn't be able to get if you went straight to their website. Okay, so Tello's flexible plans were a huge draw for me. But let's take a closer look and see how Tello Mobile actually works in real-world scenarios from a regular usage perspective. I have to admit here that my overall experience with them has been really great. So since Tello runs the T-Mobile's network, you're basically getting access to nationwide 4G, LTE, and 5G coverage. And in most of the areas I tested, the signal was strong enough to handle everyday tasks without any trouble. Whether it was streaming HD videos, using social media, or checking emails, it all worked just fine. Plus, download speed were constantly good, even in the subway areas. Though I noticed that during peak hours, things could slow down a bit, but that's not too much of a concern since that's pretty common on any network. Now, call and text performance was also very reliable. I didn't have any dropped calls on undelivered message, which is a good sign if you're using this as your main line. That said, voice quality did vary a little depending on the location. In quieter spots with a strong signal, calls were crisp and clear. In areas with weaker coverage or more of congestion, I occasionally notice a slight dip in audio clarity. Not a deal breaker, just something to be aware of if you just make a lot of calls like me. Now, for anyone who relies on hotspot, Tello does support it for free, and I'll put it from a regular data balance. I use it a few times on my laptop and it works well enough for emails, browsing, and short tasks. I even got a few quick word sessions and handle them with no actual problem. Then, as I mentioned, I really like the fact that you can make international calls to over 60 countries at no extra charge. That's something you usually see on premium plans for bigger carriers. So having it included even in lower tier Tello plans, such a nice bonus. It works smoothly during tests, and call quality in places like Brazil and Canada was totally fine. All in all, in my experience, Tello service has been reliable in most situations I've tested in. It handles essentials well, with few bonus features that you don't usually get at this price point. So if you're looking for upgrade your mobile service without putting too much pressure on your wallet, definitely recommend giving Tello a try. But if you're still shopping around and weighing some of your options, let's see how Tello Mobile stacks up against one of its main competitors, Mint Mobile. They both pretty popular budget-friendly services and run on the same T-Mobile network. So right out the gate, their network coverage is nearly identical. And whether you're in the city or traveling around like some place quieter, the experience is going to be pretty similar. But where things start to differ is how each company manages their pricing and plan structure. So Mint Mobile is all about those multi-month bundles. You pay upfront for 3, 6, or even 12 months installments at a time, which can save you a lot of money in the long run, but only if you're ready to commit. Tello, on the other hand, keeps things simple with month-to-month plans. No contracts, and no upfront bulk payments, which makes way easier to adjust or cancel your plans at any time. Hassle-free, so when it comes to flexibility, I give that point to Tello. On the flip side, if you're someone who need a lot of data, Mint Mobile probably has the edge. Their unlimited plans come with higher full-speed data caps, and they're built with heavier users in mind. So while Tello works great for most cases, if you're streaming a lot or gaming, you might hit those data limits faster. And in that case, Mint just have more room to work with. Now, as for features and perks, both services provide solid basic like 5G access, mobile hotspot supports, and free international calls. But there are a few key differences to notice. For one, Mint Mobile restricts video streaming quality to 480p on its unlimited plans, while Tel doesn't place any cap on video quality, which makes a noticeable difference if you like watching content on the go. Plus, Tel includes free international calling to over 60 countries, not just Mexico, Canada, and UK like Mint does. So that makes Tello a better pick if you're regularly making calls to friends or family overseas. Now, overall, if you're looking for maximum data you don't mind locking into a longer term plan, then Mint Mobile might be the better fit. Though, if you prefer month-to-month flexibility, a full customizable plan, and some surprisingly generous features without long commitment, then Tello comes up on top. But it really just depends on your specific usage level and how much flexibility matters to you. So to wrap things up, I've been using Tello as my main cell network for a few months now, and it's turned out to be way better than I ever expected for a budget carrier. It's super affordable, easy to set up, and actually delivers on its promises. So if you're tired of paying for stuff you don't use or just want a cell phone plan that's simple and reliable, then Tello Mobile is definitely worth checking out. It made me connected more to my family and friends than ever before since I got here. And that is all for this review. I hope you find it helpful. And if you did, please make sure to give thumbs up and subscribe to see more reviews like this. As a reminder, if you want to get started with Tello Mobile, check out the affiliate link in the description. For most products we talk about, we have some special deals that you just wouldn't be able to get if you went straight to their website. Also, if you're interested in working with us and sponsoring any videos, just reach out using the email also in the description below. Now, as always, I enjoy hearing your thoughts, so go ahead and leave any questions or comments down below, and I'll try to get back to them as fast as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.